Alright, I'm going to try and make this one real quick. We now have a new strain of COVID 20. And what cracks me up, and what I'm going to make this video about, is how they're saying that this virus, the mutated version of COVID 19, which is now COVID 20, is 70% more contagious than the original COVID 19 strand. What are they doing? Pulling numbers out of the fucking hat? Where did they come up with this? I mean, this is how stupid people are, man. I hate every time I post a video, I keep calling people stupid. But if you believe this shit, you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry. You're mentally retarded. You need to have your fucking head examined, and you need to stop fucking listening to the news. Matter of fact, you should just stop thinking in general, okay? I'm going to explain this real quick, because it's simple. Alright, basic mathematics. In order to figure out, if you take A plus B equals C, the only way to get C is to have A and B. Alright, this is basic mathematics. We were doing this shit in the 3rd fucking grade, 8 years old. Train goes 50, 60 miles an hour. It's got to go 180 miles. How long is it going to take to get there? C equals 3 hours. Alright, 180. 60 divided into 180 gives you 3. That's 3 hours. You cannot come up with 3 hours if you don't have the speed that the train is going or the distance that it goes. You have to have A and B to get to C. How the fuck is a virus that just mutated a couple days ago, we're just now figuring out what the fuck is going on, and they already are saying that it's 75 or 70% more contagious than the COVID-19 strand? Anybody? Bueller? Can anybody explain that to me? How in the fuck? You have to know how fucking contagious COVID-19 is, then you have to know how contagious the new strain is, then you have to be able to compare the new COVID-20 strain to the COVID-19 strain in order to figure out how much more contagious COVID-20 is to COVID-19 is. Meanwhile, we've only got cases in the UK, and it's only been in the last couple days. They did the same shit with COVID-19, trying to talk about hundreds of thousands, millions of people are going to die. Wrong. They were wrong. I made a video a month after the shit came out proving that shit to be wrong. I didn't have to have 8 years medical school. I didn't have to fucking go and become an epidemiologist or a virologist. All I had to do was use my fucking head and think. That's it. There is no fucking way that they already have enough cases to figure that out. In order to figure it out, you have to have A, B to get C. A is the amount of cases of the new strand. B is the amount of people getting the strand from other people that already have the strand. Then you have to figure out how many people are giving the new strand, passing it. So that's the A is the people that have it, and then B is the amount of people getting it from other people. Then you have to figure out how many people have COVID-19, or how many were getting it, which was A, and giving it to other people, which is B, to get to the C of COVID-19, and then you can figure out what the C, the actual answer of how many people are getting COVID-20. And then once you have those two equations, then you can figure out how much more contagious COVID-20 is compared to COVID-19. That's an awful lot of information based on the simple fact that this virus has only mutated, if it even happened, which I don't think it did, if it happened within the last 3 or 4 fucking days. We're just now getting cases. How is any doctor calculating this? This is basic mathematics. This is not rocket science. All right? If you want to be a dumb motherfucker and be like, Mike don't know what he's talking about. He ain't a doctor. It ain't got nothing to do with doctors. It's math. All right? The universal language, motherfuckers. Common sense. If you know how to add 2 plus 2, you can figure out that this is bullshit. And motherfuckers are on TV freaking out. Wow, isn't it a shocker? Right when the vaccine came out, now all of a sudden there's a new strain that these vaccines ain't going to work for. Did that shock anybody? Are you motherfuckers tired of being lied to yet? %70. These motherfuckers literally just made up a number. That's what they did. They made up a number. Well, let's say 60%. No, let's make it higher. We don't want to make it too high. Let's make it high enough that it'll freak everybody out. They stopped listening to the murder wasp bullshit that we tried to put out a month after COVID hit when nobody was freaking out about COVID. So we tried to get everybody to freak out about the murder wasp, but that didn't work either. So now after 9 months we rush a fucking vaccine with no fucking long-term fucking no long-term investigations to see if there's any kind of long-term side effects or anything. We push it through. Now all of a sudden the virus mutates. Wow, what a fucking... This must be a super spreader. Another fucking term that just comes out of nowhere. Like snowflake and safe spaces and trigger warnings and all these other fucking terms that the left comes up with. Oh, it's COVID-20. Man, give me a fucking break. You know what? No, it's stay inside. Just like driving down the highway to go to work in the morning. There's no place like home. The sign over the digital sign over the highway. There's no place like home. Stay indoors this holiday season. Go fuck yourself. The day that the Democrat mayors and governors actually practice what they preach, then I'll fucking do that shit. Till then, fuck you. Every fucking big tech, big business, big pharma, all big business is thriving. Matter of fact, it's thriving more than it ever has. You know why? Because you ain't got nowhere else to fucking buy shit. You can't go to a fucking mom and pop store. They're shut down. You can't go to a restaurant to eat. You got to go to Taco Bell. You got to go to Chipotle. You got to go to a franchise. You got to go to Walmart, to Giant, to Weis. Why aren't they shutting down? And motherfuckers still believe this shit? My goddamn coworker showed me a picture of him using blue painter tape, duct tape in his vent shut in his car. Fucking sissy. His brother has the virus and he's fine. Coworker. The other coworker, Henry, he was sick with it. He's fine. Everybody that's got the shit is fine. Everybody's fine. Goddamn doctors and nurses are on fucking TikTok and YouTube dancing and shit inside the hospital. I thought everybody was dying. I thought this was like 28 Days Later or World War Z. What's going on here? Everybody seems pretty goddamn fucking happy. Motherfucker, oh, it's overrun. It's overrun. The hospitals are overrun. If it's so goddamn overrun, then why am I watching fucking, motherfucking, what do they call them? The, goddamn, fuck, I can't even think of what it's called. Like the mobs. When people dance in fucking mobs, like 10, 20, 30 people. Motherfuckers doing that in the hospitals. It's overrun. Everybody's dying. Shut the fuck up. Now it's a new vaccine. Now it's a new problem. 70% more contagious. How'd you come up with that number? We just heard about this strain. It just happened within the last 3 days, and it's only being reported in the UK. At least it was the last time I checked. So how are we even coming up with this number when COVID-19 is a pandemic, but at this point COVID-20 is only an epidemic, meaning it's only in one country? That's the difference. Pandemic, pan, everywhere, means cross countries. Epidemic means in one spot, one country, one place. And we're already comparing this to being worse, 70% worse than the original virus. Y'all motherfuckers, motherfuckers that don't get this shit need to do a little history on communism, dictatorship. Because if you think that this shit ain't happening in this country, it is. In fucking Yugoslavia, our chick was talking about it. She was like, everything that's happening in America happened to us. In UK, people in the UK dealing with the same shit. They're like, I'm telling you right now, to all of you, all of our US buddies across the pond, y'all need to fucking realize what's going on in your country. You are losing your fucking rights. And we are. Because motherfuckers want to sit at home bullshitting. They just gave hundreds of millions, if not trillions. I think it was like 3 trillion. I can't even remember how much money we gave to fucking Asia. But we're going to get a $600 stimulus. Ooh. Give me a fucking break. Soon as Trump's on his way out, supposedly, we go right back to working with fucking China. Just like the Clintons did, just like the Obama administration did, and just like the fucking Biden administration is doing with Hunter fucking Biden. Wake the fuck up. We're losing our fucking rights in this country because people are too fucking stupid to educate themselves on what's going on in this country. Because you want to sit there and watch CNN and think you know something. Because you're not smart enough to put 2 and 2 together and get 4. You come up with 66. Fucking dumbass motherfuckers. And then want to sit there and be like, no, he's just talking about conspiracy theory. Really? This is conspiracy theory? At the exact same time that we're pushing a vaccine, the virus mutates. That nobody's stopping to think that there's something a little wishy-washy about that? Fuck out of my face with that shit. If you're too dumb to know you're being lied to, then you don't deserve the right to vote. I'm done bitching.